What's up, my friends? Welcome back for a daily message. Ooh, it really came out. That flew, baby. Somebody who was trying to get something off the ground, like be a self-made, be independent, be an entrepreneur. You feel disappointed in that. Something's not going as well as you had hoped. Like you thought, you felt like you were making some good money moves. You felt like this was the right decision, but it's like money's not coming in the way that you had expected it to. And you feel very disappointed with making this decision. And I just heard considering going back to the rat race. Somebody's considering to go back to the rat race. I don't know. What's a rat race? Is that like the 9 to 5 type of thing? Something, it's like you wanted to try something, build something from nothing, thinking it was going to be very successful, and it didn't work out the way you had hoped. They're saying it's not over yet, it's just not finished, it's not done. Because there's some type of lesson that's being learned right now. Be careful with some get rich quick schemes because you've got shocking clickbait, misleading headlines, empty promises, exaggerated truth, nothing what it seems with money moves. Be careful. There's so many freaking AI generated marketing things out there now. Like, look at YouTube. Every time you get a commercial, it's something that they want you to buy. And it's like just random average people buying products and starting to sell them online. And there's something about you getting caught up in the clickbait. Be careful about that. So, conserve your resources that you do have right now. They're saying that this individual is somebody very specific to you. So whoever, and they're saying it is a black male. I don't know in what respect. That obviously is very specific. It will not resonate for everybody, but there's something here with where you were once disappointed with this person, now they feel disappointed with you because the tables have turned where almost like maybe you were really interested in them before and they played games where now you don't have any interest in them and they're fully committed to you without you realizing how committed they are. That is interesting for them to say, for Source to say that, because I've never heard it that way. Huh. I also heard that person, for whoever that is for, you started doing this. You started to take care of yourself and not be engaged with those energies. And that's why they're so interested in you, is because you were able to pull away and they didn't think you really would ever be able to pull away from them. It's almost like they always thought you would come running back. That was the red flag. And that's good on you because that means that you've grown to a point that you've shocked this individual into thinking they knew you, but and how you would respond, and you did not respond in the way that they expected you to. You friend zoned them. And you know what? Somebody here who got friend zoned, and I do get that energy from the past. They're trying to, because they can't get your attention, since they're not able to get your attention under their current name, who they really are. They are trying to do things to get your attention under fake profiles. I don't know how that's going to play out in your life, how that would come about. I just heard Snapchat. if you've recently seen like a someone you may know or something like that in a, yeah, Snapchat, and it kind of reminded you of that person, of a person, it really is them. They're trying to like subliminally put you, put themselves in front of your view so that you think about them without realizing it's them doing it. Almost like they're trying to like force themselves on you in a way. You know what I mean? Like make sure that you see them without knowing it that it's them, so that you get to thinking about them, so that you contact them instead of them contacting you. Um your healing and doing something different and going against the grain is making this person question themselves, because before they thought there was a piece of them that thought you were the problem, and now they're realizing since your life is improving and theirs to them is not improving, that were they really the problem all along. They're really asking themselves this: was I the problem all along? Like they weren't like this with me, but they're able to be like that with so and so or by themselves. Like, what did I do so bad to hurt them that they couldn't be successful with me? Or it's something like that. You're doing something different, brand new. You reinvented yourself. Like there's some, they said something like the way you act now and what you're into, it's basically like you speaking Swahili to them, which is a obviously a very foreign language that's hard to learn. Um, for the majority of us out there. But that's what it's like. It's like trying to understand this new version of you is like trying to understand Swahili. That's how it came across. Ooh, this is a group that wanted to come out. They told me not to take that. Ooh, they told me to take that. You wanted something with this person in the past. They were really good at manipulating you with their words, making you think that they knew better than you, and making themselves look like they've had it together. But they were really suffering in silence and manipulating you and using you because you were the Queen of Cups. You were somebody who had a very genuine, loving heart, and they abused that. And it's like when you would question them about it, they would end up turning it around on you and making you feel like you were going crazy for even coming to them with the conversation at all. And it left you feeling like you went, there was a lot, they're telling me there was a lot of high intense emotions. Like you go from high intense passion to high intense anger, high intense passion to high intense anger. There was a lot of intensity. Look, a lot of intensity in this relationship. You pulled yourself away from that, and they're saying that it's like you're not sitting around crying over this person anymore, but they are sitting around crying about you. So what should the reader do? Viewer, I said reader. Viewer, what should the viewer do? No, secure your bag. Bounce back from all of the problems from the past and secure your bag. It's like it's time to it's time to, you know what, you got cuffing season sideways and then bounce back upright. Look at this. You've got cuffing season sideways and bounce back upright. There's something you don't even realize that you did it. Somebody here, it's like somebody else had completely opposite intentions of you. I don't know how. It's like you got in contact with somebody from the past recently. You guys ended up parting ways again because you did the bounce back, like you came back from something, and they were there. What they wanted was this: they wanted a cuffing season with you. They wanted to be able to cuddle, have, hibbity dibbity whenever they wanted, and just have you treat them how you did in the past. They want you to go back to the version of who you used to be before you started speaking Swahili. So that's what they're asking. Source is saying you're focused on the bag. You've ghosted this person. They were trying to get back in your good graces because they wanted to be a part of this too. There's something like you provide a lot for this person, and it's not just money. You make them feel safe and secure in their heart space. I heard you make them feel understood and heard. You're receptive to their conversations. You listen well. And you made them feel like you really cared about their well being while they played with you the entire time. Now all of a sudden, it's like, how did you go? For them, when you first came on the scene like that, they looked at it as thirsty and desperate. But now that they've had all these other experiences, they're realizing they sabotaged exactly what they had prayed for. God brought them the relationship they prayed for and they sabotaged it because they didn't recognize it. They recognized it as being thirsty instead of being the Queen of Cups, as somebody loving and wholesome who wants to be there for you. And somebody just misunderstood your sincerity, and now they're feeling the regret of that loss. Self-made came right back out. This is you securing the bag, something that you're doing to become self-made that you didn't think was getting off the ground. I love this. So somebody here is like, whether you are self-made in any respect, you could be self-made when it comes to remaking your body. It doesn't have to be in a career, but self-made in some way. You did something different. You like revamped yourself, reinvented yourself. When you did that, you started getting happy, you started having people notice you, things started looking up for you, and this person from the past started posting things to get your attention to piss you off. They're a clout chaser. They are desperate for followers, and they were trying to get your attention. They were doing things obviously to get the attention of other people, thinking that getting the attention of the other people would piss you off and that you would come and end up contacting them. But you didn't. You have a poker face. So whatever they did to post stuff out there to as clickbait to try to like get at you, I heard that they did this for 3 to 4 years, thinking that you were following them and stalking them, and you weren't. They're realizing now that your poker face is your real face. It's like you have no interest in playing their game anymore. And that's what you ended. You let go of that. That's why this person is now feeling regret, because they're realizing like you did have a limit and you reached your limit with him. Look, you reached your limit with him. You did. You got tired of feeling like this. There was not equal give and take. You constantly questioned yourself and your decisions, and they made you feel that way. You decided to take your power back. Congratulations. I love this for you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love.